Hi Comrades, happy Sunday. If you're new here, I usually do horror movie reviews, horror series, and shock video reviews. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about yet another movie from Disturbing Movie Iceberg. Look at me filming and it's still light out. The sun has already set, but it's still light outside. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 2014 Kevin Smith movie, Tusk. I've actually already made like a review video on this movie about a year ago, but it wasn't really like a review. It was my old format where I would just kind of watch with you. But now that I've switched my formats, I kind of want to remake the video because I have more stuff to say, okay? It's a dark satire horror movie about a guy. He basically runs a podcast where he interviews victims of like viral shock videos, kind of what I review, but he actually goes out and he finds the victims of those videos. But he just ends up getting kidnapped and literally surgically turned into a walrus. And not only is he turned into a DIY walrus, but he actually ends up being conditioned to like act like a walrus. So I guess that's the biggest plot twist of the movie, but let me get to that. We find out that the evil guy, he was once stranded on an island and he made a walrus best friend. And then because he didn't have any food, right before getting rescued, he ate his walrus friend. He killed and ate his walrus friend. And he obviously felt super bad about it because he got rescued literally right after. So now he's on a mission to recreate his old walrus friend using people. After getting kidnapped, our main guy, his name is Wallace, he awakens to... basically he wakes up and he doesn't have a leg. And then it turns out that the guy who cut off his legs, he made tusks out of his tibia bones. The walrus's skin is made out of like human skin. I'm guessing of past victims also, because there's no way it's all just Wallace's skin. There's also like a funny little graphic of how it's all supposed to medically work, but there's no way. The walrus suit itself is quite chunky, so what is on the inside? Like, there's no way this human skin layer is like this fat, you know what I mean? So why is he so chunky? Luna heard chunky and she thinks it's her name. Hi, Chunky Luna. So Wallace's girlfriend and best friend, who actually get together while they're looking for Wallace, stumble upon this detective who's actually played by Johnny Depp. Surprise, surprise. Also, Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, she's in this movie. She has like a cameo, which, I don't know. It was a nice surprise to see them both in the movie. But yeah, Johnny Depp is this detective, and he likes burgers, so they meet with him at this burger joint while he's eating like a million freaking burgers. And he tells him about this doctor who he thinks has been killing people for the last like 4 or 5 years, whatever the movie said. And then they go out looking for him, and by the time they find him, he's obviously already turned into a walrus. And not only is he turned into a walrus, he's conditioned to act as such. So there's technically no going back, because he's like mentally... It was him getting conditioned, I think, was actually one of the funniest scenes in the movie, just because it's so dorky, especially when he throws him into the water. Oh my god. At the end, there's also like a fight scene between Wallace and his creator, and Wallace ends up stabbing him with his tusk. But the scene is so hilariously made. You can when you're watching the movie, it's so obvious that whoever was making the movie, they didn't care about scaring people. They just cared about people having fun watching the movie.
You will fight me, Mr. Walrus, or you will die!
Then there's a flashback to a year later. Wallace is still a walrus. Oh, it's kind of like a pun. Wallace is still a walrus, and he's at a wildlife sanctuary for animals. And his ex-girlfriend and ex-best friend come to visit, and he basically cries, which proves that he's not quite an animal, because animals can't cry. So maybe there is a chance that he would go back. Even Kevin Smith, I believe he mentioned in one of the interviews that he was thinking of that he was thinking of doing a sequel, but nobody really knows when it's actually going to happen. The reason why I think that this is the funniest movie in the Disturbing Movie Iceberg is because it's ranked with movies like Human Centipede, Piranha, but Tusk was actually entertaining and fun to watch, and not even that gross. Like, it's just a silly little stupid movie. It was a really interesting abductee film with a silly horror movie ending. I'm probably going to be making more videos about the movies in the Disturbing Movie Iceberg, just because I'm curious. I want to get to the bottom. If you stayed this long, I really hope you subscribe, because I post pretty often, at least once a week. If you like this video, give it a like, and I really hope to see my next one. Bye!